Now available in paperback and e-readers, Isis, All About the Goddess. The Goddess Next Door bears all in the art studio to catch a campus stalker in this action-packed Isis series mystery. Get your copy of Isis, All About the Goddess in paperback and e-readers at online booksellers everywhere. One of my viewers wanted to know my thoughts on Stepmothers. Now, this viewer had seen my classic video, Why Real Men Avoid Single Mothers, and wanted to get my perspective on the flip side of that situation, the stepmother, where a man goes out here and brings a woman into his family to help him raise and take care of his children. Now, this is not an optimal situation for any man to be in. And just like the man who gets involved with the single mother, the man who gets involved with a stepmother basically is going to wind up in a situation where he's going to be dealing with a dysfunctional relationship with the woman and his children. Now, the reason why this man is going to wind up in a dysfunctional relationship is because the relationship dynamics are uneven, and because the man is looking to have a relationship with this woman and have a relationship with his former wife or baby mama's other kids, what this is going to do is cause friction between that woman he's trying to bring into the life of his children and that woman that he's trying to get involved with. And as he's having to deal with this friction, he's going to have to deal with the issues as related to this woman having any sort of authority as related to his children, because it's not going to be a place where this woman can actually have any sort of authority, because the children, depending on how old they are, have basically bonded with the mother, and because they've bonded with the previous mother, they don't really look to respect the authority of the woman he's looking to bring into their lives. Now, many children don't like stepmothers because they believe that the woman is being brought in to replace their mother, and because they believe that this woman is brought in to replace their mother, they feel threatened by this woman taking over the home, and they feel threatened by this woman taking over the home and taking away their security and stability. Because when women come into a home, they naturally want to nest, and because women naturally want to nest, they want to establish their own values and culture into a home. And when they want to establish their own values and culture into a home, they look to try to remove everything as related to the woman who was there previously, because women naturally are competitive, and a woman is extremely uncomfortable when she has to see images of another woman in the home that she's being brought in. She's uncomfortable about seeing the children talking about another woman. This makes a woman extremely insecure when she feels like she has to deal with the other woman who the man was previously married to, having her memory being there. This is the kind of stuff that really makes the whole situation dysfunctional, because women are naturally emotional and they want their nest to be something that they establish that's distinct to them. So many women don't like the idea of coming in where another woman was, because that really makes them feel like, oh, something is wrong with me, and I can't really be the person I want to be because I always have to measure up to this other woman. So again, it's not an optimal situation for a woman to be in, because women, again, basically want to nest. They want their relationship to be their relationship. They want their home to be their home, and they can't establish the distinctness of their home if there's another woman's memory and legacy already there, and that legacy shown to her in the presence of children. Now, this becomes even worse as related to the children, depending on their gender. Now, oftentimes with boys, they will go out here and look to resist any sort of authority asserted by another woman, and they'll look to resist her authority because they don't want to learn from that woman, because again, the mother is the first teacher of the child, and this is like bringing in a new teacher, and this boy has already been taught and raised by the other woman who has left the relationship. And if that woman was somebody who already instilled a certain set of values into that boy, then he's going to look to push back on that woman and her values, and he's not going to look to respect her as an authority figure. So there's already a problem there as related to a boy, and this will lead to a lot of rebellion, because a lot of boys, again, they look to challenge any sort of female authority figure unless they're a beta male. And even in the case of a beta male, he'll challenge anyone who is not his mother, especially in a familial relationship. So there's going to be a lot of friction there as related to any sort of relationship that's established. Now, with girls, it can be a very bad situation because, again, women are naturally competitive. And because women are naturally competitive, what happens is a stepmother, when she's brought in, doesn't see a stepdaughter as a daughter. No, a woman sees a stepdaughter as female competition for the attention of a man. And it's very similar to what happens when women come from single mother households. The single mother and the daughter will start competing, and the single mother and the daughter will start competing because they are looking to get the attention of the same pool of men, because the woman's emotional needs aren't being met. And this is where the stepmother and the daughter will have friction, because the woman is looking to get her emotional needs met by this man, and the daughter is looking to get her emotional needs met by her father. And because they're both looking to get their emotional needs met, they start to look to compete, and they start to look to compete because they don't really know their roles like they would in a traditional family. Because in a traditional family, a man will be out here meeting the wife's emotional needs on the level of a wife, and the daughter would be getting her emotional needs met on the level of a daughter. But when you have a stepmother, what happens is both women don't really know their roles, and because both women don't know their roles, what happens to both women is they start looking to fight each other. And this has been shown in legendary fairy tales like Cinderella, where the character of Cinderella was treated badly by her stepmother, and again treated badly by her stepmother, who put her in a second-class status because she basically did not see her on the same level and did not want her to be on the same level as her daughters, because she did not want them to be on the same level, because she didn't want her daughters to be out here competing on the same level as Cinderella. And they didn't want to compete on the same level, because if to put a stepdaughter on the same level as the mother's children, that is considered disrespectful by the mother, who wants her children elevated to that high status. So any situation with a stepmother is not an optimal situation, and it's not an optimal situation because this woman, again, cannot really go out here and bond with that man. She can't really connect with that man because under that whole situation, she has not been brought into the relationship organically the way a woman would have possibly been brought in through polygyny. Now, under a polygynous relationship, you may get a more functional situation, because under a polygynous situation, the woman has already been brought in as a sister wife, and because she has been brought in as a sister wife, she has been brought in organically to get to know the children. Moreover, she has been taught to be an authority figure that the children respect and regard. So this is where a polygynous situation would work better, because the woman is already in place organically. The woman is already in place as an authority figure that the children have been taught to respect by the man and the other sister wife. And this is a more beneficial situation, because bringing a stepmother in, this just causes a lot of friction. and it causes a lot of friction that eventually leads to the relationship deteriorating, because no woman really wants to get involved with a man with another woman's children, because she sees those children as competition for the attention she wants with that man, and because she wants the attention of that man and wants to be the center of that man's attention, she looks to go out here and eliminate those children from the family circle, because she wants to go out here and build her own family with that man and those remnants of another woman's family. This really upsets her because, again, women like being the center of attention. And because women like being the center of attention, they want to build their family with that man without having to deal with the memory and legacy of another woman. And because they want to build their family with that man without having to deal with anything related to somebody else, they will look to again get jealous of those children and the attention they're receiving, because it reminds them of the attention that this other woman was getting. It reminds them of the memory of that woman. So many times what you'll have with a stepmother situation is a situation that will be extremely dysfunctional, where usually the guy will become a simp and look to go out here and pander to the woman. And as he's looking to pander to the woman, what will happen is the kids will get lost through the cracks as this man is looking to build a family with another woman and totally forget about the memory of his other wife and not really care about his other wife in that situation. I mean, the only way that these kind of situations work out is if the woman has kids of her own, and it's a man with kids and a woman with kids coming together, but even then it's dysfunctional. But a man with no children it should get with a woman with no children, and a woman with no children should get with a man with no children. You really don't want to get involved with people who already have kids. No, you don't want to get involved with people who already have kids, because if you get involved with people who have kids, you're going to have to deal with their dysfunction, and you're going to have to deal with all of their drama. And again, it's not an optimal situation for a woman. And usually a lot of women don't want to get involved in a stepmother situation. Now, they'll get involved if they're in polygyny with a sister wife situation, because again, the man is introducing the woman to the other woman and letting her know, hey, this is who this is. This is who I'm bringing into the household. This is who I want to make a sister wife. So there's always somebody there. And again, because this woman has gotten the approval of the other woman, the women, even though they're competing, understand they're under the authority of a man. So the stepmother situation, it's just a nightmare for the kids to be in. It's a nightmare for the man to be in, because everybody is fighting with each other. And as everybody is fighting with each other, you're not having healthy relationships, because the woman cannot really bond with that man the way she wants to. She can't really connect with that man. She can't really get close to that man. And she can't really go out here and enjoy the relationship, because she's got to look out for children that aren't hers, and she wants to have her own children. So it's not a very good situation for a family to be in. A stepmother is just as bad as a guy getting involved with a single mom, because a woman can't get her emotional needs met, and because she can't get her emotional needs met the way that she wants, she winds up being miserable in the company of another man's children and being miserable in the company of another man's family, where she never feels like she can help meet the needs of this family, because she doesn't know how this family works. She's basically been put into a situation that she doesn't know anything about. So it's not a very good situation for a guy to be involved with a woman when he already has kids, because a woman who already is coming into that situation cannot really get the closeness and intimacy that she wants with a man. And that's why a lot of women, when they see a man who says he has kids, they go out here and say, no, you're sufficiently obligated. I don't want nothing to do with you. You and your baby mama have a good life if she's alive. And if she's a widow, she'll just stay to the side as a side chick in some cases. But she's not going to look to go out here and come into that man's home, because she knows if she comes into that man's home, she's not going to be able to get what she wants from that man as related to a full committed relationship. Now, this was a video requested by one of my viewers, and if you want to request a video, you can send a donation to the Cash App or the PayPal by clicking the links in the description box. And if you want to pick up some of my books on the SJS Direct imprint about relationships such as the man crisis, the woman crisis, why 70% of black women are single, or the books in the Sim series, you can find those books on Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle format. You can also find them in other online booksellers like Smashwords, the iBookstore, and Google Play. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe. Now available in paperback and e-readers, Isis, the Beauty Myth. Learn the beauty secrets of the goddess next door in this action-packed Isis series adventure. Get Isis, the Beauty Myth at online booksellers everywhere today.